The game has changed. We don't need to beat around the bush anymore, okay? The game has changed. Gurus have entered the scene. Should we fear competition? There is going to be saturation. It's time to be real. What up, everybody? It's your boy Andrew. Feels like it's been a long time since I posted a video. So for this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm a little excited, and I want to know what you guys think. I'm gonna be filming some awesome videos for you guys soon, but I haven't had time because I'm working on Dispatch. But what I decided to do different is do a compilation of all of my videos, and we're gonna call this kind of like the ultimate guide to junk removal for beginners. I'm doing a lot of these beginner videos because I feel like a lot of people ask me the same questions. It's really the same thing over and over. So I'm just trying to put these videos together. I am going to be posting a lot of really cool content here soon, guys. I got 20 videos in the pipeline ready. I'm going to go try to crank all those videos out next week. So I'm going to post 2 videos a week of all kinds of different stuff that I have not posted before. You haven't seen me talk about trucks. You haven't seen me talk about trucks and trailers. You haven't seen me talk about tools. I've got some more advanced stuff we're going to talk about too in terms of like COGS, CAC, LTV. We're going to talk about CRMs more, all kinds of stuff, guys. I'm really excited. But more importantly, I am going to put a link in the video description for you guys to register. I am going to be hosting the biggest junk removal live event there ever will be and ever was, and it's going to be insane. Yes, it's going to be a software announcement video for Dispatch. We're going to be dropping Dispatch, but it is going to be so much more. I'm going to be dropping a gift that will disrupt the education industry in junk removal completely. So it's not only the software, I'm going to be dropping some insane shit that will blow your guys' mind. This is going to be a live event streamed on my YouTube channel with guest speakers, and then immediately after the live event, guys, we're going to do something so cool. We're going to do an in-person event downstairs immediately after the live event. So anybody who's in California, we're going to get to mingle, we're going to have drinks, we're going to have food, we're going to have games. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool that you guys can fly in if you want as well. I will try to see what kind of cool things we can do if you do decide to fly in to make it worth flying out here. We're going to be doing also a giant giveaway. And when I say giveaway, I'm talking about like the price of a trailer giveaway. Maybe one of my trailers, maybe a truck. I don't know. It's going to be fucking huge, guys. It's going to be probably in February, maybe January, maybe March. If you're interested in finding out more about this event, please click the link in the video description and sign up to be notified when the event comes, and I will keep you updated. We're gonna have an awesome landing page for this soon, but this event will change junk removal history, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. And anyways, let's get on to the video. Whoopsh. I promise you, if you do all of this, you will get to over $1,000 a day. Step 1 is register your business. If you can't afford to use something like InkFile or LegalZoom or whatever's out there, you can literally file with the state yourself. Step 2, get an EIN number. You can't get a business bank account without it. You can't get a credit card machine without it. Just type in IRS register EIN on Google. Step 2, EIN, because that leads to step 3, which is another easy one, is getting the business bank account. I don't know who you're gonna bank with. I don't care who you're gonna bank with. Just do some research on what you think is the best bank. Step 4, the credit card machine. I started with this guy here, Pax. I eventually switched to the Clover. This beast of a machine also spits out receipts. It also does everything. This thing is a beast. Step 5, you gotta build a website. Step 5.5 is get a business number. Eventually, you're probably gonna wanna get your own phone, because if you do start running Google ads pretty aggressively like I did, you're not gonna wanna use your personal phone. Step 6, Google Maps. Get listed on Google Maps. Step 7, set up Yelp. And step 8, Thumbtack and Craigslist were my like starting practice before I did Google ads. Step 9, the truck and trailer. I would get a truck and a trailer. You can't do that in LA. So if you live like in New York City or the middle of LA, truck and trailer is not gonna work. You're gonna have to get a dump truck. Step 10, once you have the truck, once you have the website, it's time to do business cards, shirts, and this is a game changer for me right here, guys. On top with the credit card machine, I always get out of the truck with a binder. I have this right here. Purple for petty cash, black for receipts, green for cash earned, pricing sheet, and insurance policy, general liability insurance. And here is the truck insurance. Step 11. It's in The Craigslist labor section. I post it at every day at 9 a.m. and 12 or 1 p.m. It's $5 each post. Well worth it. Step 12 is going to be Google Ads. This is the hardest one of all. There's a lot of stuff on that, but Google Ads takes time. And once you get the campaigns going, you have to let them run. You cannot stop them. You cannot pause them. But the biggest and most important tip is that it does not go to your website. You need to make a specific landing page that's easy to understand. Step 13, Next Insurance. That's what I use. Definitely make sure you're insured. It's cheap. It's like 30, 40 bucks a month. If you really want to do this, spend the time, spend the 2 weeks, spend the 4 weeks, however long it's going to take you to figure all this out. I promise you, if you do all of this, you will get to over $1,000 a day. What truck do you guys get? If you don't have any money at all and you don't have the ability to get a truck, what you're gonna do is you're gonna job stack and you're gonna go rent a Home Depot truck or a U-Haul for that one day. Obviously see how much driving you're gonna be doing and how far away the dump is. Add up the miles. It might be cheaper to do U-Haul because you might only have 2 jobs and the dump's right here. Or it might be cheaper to do Home Depot. By the time you're done with it, dump fees, depending on how big of a load in your dump fees, 50 to 100 bucks. Gas, 50 bucks. But if you stack a whole day and get the 24-hour rental and you make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, and yes, it's very possible, you can make some serious money. Second, you're not gonna get a dump truck right away unless you've got money and you're taking this like super serious. If you're gonna really take this serious, just finance a dump trailer for 150 bucks a month. But a pickup truck and a trailer is the best way to go. A 6x12x2 is the most common, cheapest trailer to find, and then you can add some plywood to make 4-foot walls. Do that immediately. Get a fucking little banner decal to wrap around it on each side. Vistaprint costs 50, 60 bucks, but pickup truck and trailer is your best bet. You can finance a little pickup truck, you can finance a dump trailer, or just buy a trailer off Marketplace. Unless you're in a city like LA or New York, just get a box truck if you can't afford a dump truck yet. I was on the truck for technically 6 months, not the whole time. I got into this business knowing I wanted to get off the truck. I didn't want to be an owner-operator for too long. Going into this business, you should plan on being an owner-operator for a year if you want to do this correctly. Unless you have a good portion of savings that you're willing to invest, you don't want to get off the truck too fast. I got off within 6 months, but I was on the truck fully for 3 months, hired my first employee on month 3 or 4, and I only hired 1. So he was doing it all by himself. I feel so bad, it's so dumb. And he would call me when he needed me to come help him. And then eventually I hired 2 guys, but you should always have 2 guys on the truck, never just 1. So it was probably about 6 months until I was fully off. How to price jobs. Pricing out jobs is fairly simple. You want to charge based on volume, an eighth, a sixth, a fourth, a half, so on. Tile and concrete though, if it's just pure tile and concrete, I only load up to the 1 to 2 foot mark on my truck, not all the way to the top. And that's considered a full load. Extra fees. This was the tricky one because nobody wanted to show their extra fees. So I kind of just built my own extra fees list and made shit up. There are extra fees for stairs, extra long distance, elevators plus long distance, urine fees, feces fees, heavyweight fees, extra labor per person, per hour fees, and bagging fees. We don't do bag bugs anymore because now that I'm off the truck, we have multiple employees, it's more of a liability. Let's go over some of my discount and sales psychology. Don't charge tax or credit card fees included in your price. Don't charge taxes and use this to your advantage. Tip number 2, make sure your prices are high enough that you can eat 10% on every job. Tip number 3, use upsells to your advantage. So you can start tagging them on, and of course you want to get the upsells, but you can drop them to save the job. If I can't save the job or they're hesitant about it, and they see the pricing sheet with all the extra fees, right? Not only use the, you know what, I'm not going to charge you 10% tax. I'm going to give you the 5% senior, 5% veteran, you're effectively saving 20%. These $300 in up fees and extra labor fees, I'm just gonna charge you the 100 out of the 300 in extra fees. I'm saving you $500 right now. Works every time. Step 1 is you do need to put some money together for yard signs. Now, there's 2 places you can go, usemarketing.com, dirtcheapsigns.com. You're going to buy 100, 200 yard signs. Step 2, is door hangers. Target middle class and upper middle class. So you're gonna canvas those neighborhoods and put them in the best locations. Look up yard sign placement strategies. There's tons of videos on them. I think Vistaprint's one of the cheapest options, 500 for $100. Be respectful and responsible of yard sign placement. Third is USPS EDDM, every door direct mail. You can send out a postcard based on zip codes and you can choose the mail routes. You attack them with yard signs first. Then the next point of attack is door hangers. Then the third is flyer in the mailbox. You have hit them from 3 different angles. The next step is in-person sales. You're going to go to boutique hotels, assisted living facilities or nursing homes, real estate offices, storage units, property management companies, and you're going to go present yourself with a flyer, a business card, look good, have your apparel. If you don't have money, order at least one shirt with your company logo. You can get for like 30 bucks. Also, any real estate sign you see, put your head in front of the real estate sign, send them a little video real quick saying, hey, if you ever need a junk removal, please let me know. Craigslist posting every day. You're gonna make a very nice ad. The Craigslist ad is only effective if you do it every day because it compounds. When people search junk, they'll see your listing multiple times. Craigslist shows 30 days of history of ads. And you can also hunt the gig section for people who are posting on Craigslist. Come clean out my garage, because there's lots of people who need help with doing small little junk removal jobs. That is gonna be cheaper jobs, but hey, maybe it'll get some money in your pocket. It's also not hard to do a small Facebook post and hit boost. You can spend 10, 20 bucks, $5 even, make a Facebook post and just boost it. You can set your demographics to like 35 or older. Facebook groups, guys, you want to find Facebook groups. You want to look for buy, sell, yard sales, real estate groups, and you want to tailor a little post in that group to you doing junk removal. Maybe 75% of them will have guidelines that say you can't post an ad and it'll get deleted immediately. Join as many Facebook groups as you can and post in every single one that you can. Nextdoor is a completely different animal. Some people have mastered it, some people haven't. It is a social network for your neighborhood. You would join Nextdoor, build a business page, and you would start posting and replying to people and start building up your reviews on Nextdoor. You can even run ads, but don't do that yet. Just start building your business and start engaging with people like a normal social network, because it's gonna be your neighborhood. You have to set up your Google Business Profile, also known as Google My Business, Google Business Profile, or just having a location on Google Maps. It's all the same shit. You have to get verified for that. And the thing is until you start building up your reviews and you start being active and you do a little bit of SEO, Google Maps SEO, which in reality is just building reviews, responding to reviews, being active, uploading photos, you're not gonna get leads from your Google Maps right away, but in time you will. Set up your Yelp, your free Yelp page, set up your Instagram, set up your Facebook business page. This is just branding and presence, right? Just having those 4. So here's just a few things from the dollar store that we're gonna get into, okay? Depending on how much money you wanna spend, get a 20, 50 cent little party basket from the party store and then fill it up with some candy. If it's a property management building, put in 1 little pack of lanyards. Here's some magnets, here's a notepad, just get creative. You would put in a couple business cards or a couple flyers, okay? Here, let me get a basket, 1 second. Boom. But if you give them this, guys, and you just do 50 bucks a month on gift baskets or something, who knows what that'll lead to. Maybe you'll close a contract, maybe you'll get on a vendor list and they'll attempt to use you one time and give you a shot. But yeah, guys, that is gift baskets. So let's just start with your typical hand dolly, guys. Okay, so you have your typical hand dolly. You get these at Home Depot, Harbor Freight. And if you guys are on a budget, check OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist. Marketplace is great though. So we're gonna search a dolly. Try to get the hard ones, right? Appliance dolly is great when you can afford it, okay? It can carry a lot more weight. So an appliance dolly with straps is great if you can find a good deal. Otherwise, just get a hand dolly. You're not gonna wanna use this all the time though. This is only for heavy duty stuff. So the flat dolly is, I mean, this is a must. You can get these brand new at Home Depot for like 40 bucks. They also might be called like a furniture dolly. Yeah, something like these flat ones come in real use. And there's also dollies that go into both positions, meaning it could go as a normal push dolly and then you can put it down so you can like push it like a cart. Yeah, right here. Look at that. You can lay it down, take that top piece, and then make it into a push cart. Those are really useful too. Ratchet straps are great, guys, because you are going to want to hold down some stuff. Push broom is incredible. These push brooms you can clean up after yourself. Very useful. And you're going to be using it all the time. Snow shovel, you're going to need a snow shovel. So, you know, a snow shovel like this, so you can get up piles of crap. Definitely going to need a snow shovel, and you're going to want to put it in the garbage can. The one on wheels is great, but they're 80 bucks, and my God, I've lost 4 of these guys. It really bothers me. Let's see if there's any brutes on Facebook. Definitely get at least one of these. That's going to help you snow shovel crap into it. Make it a lot easier to just move small things and dump it into your truck. Contractor bags are very good for cleanouts and just putting shit in, because you're going to get lots of stuff that you're going to need to put in bags. Gloves. Let me just show you the gloves that we get. It is a pack of 25. This lasts quite a while. You know, 25 pairs lasts a few months, and then I re-up when I need them. And guys, obviously you need your bag of basic tools. You are going to get things you want to take apart. So have screwdrivers, pliers, wrenches, sockets, Allen wrenches. Just get a bag of bits, because sometimes you need to disassemble furniture. Now, the reason why I didn't put drills in here or Sawzall was because that shit's expensive, more expensive, and I just wanted to put required. Oh, you know what? Kind of have to put this because you might need this. Hard hat, safety vests. Some dumps require hard hats and safety vests. Don't overthink the tools. Learn how to properly lift. Don't act crazy. Don't do dangerous stuff. Get the proper tools. Be safe. And good luck, guys. Where do we get rid of the shit? If it's good shit, donation center. I'll save you money. Drop it off at donation center. But there are places called landfills. Every state, county probably has a landfill that you can take it to. You pay the landfill fees. It's usually by ton. Call around, figure it all out. You also have transfer stations. Transfer stations, generally, the transfer stations will sort. If they do, squish it all, put it in. I think they just take it to the landfill. So you'll call the transfer stations, get their prices. But then if you get a lot of metal, you want to recycle and find scrap recycling places. You can make a lot of money from scrap metal too. So don't sleep on scrap. And if it's really good, you can resell it. This sounds so cliche, but you need to have serious work ethic, because you have to answer the phone all fucking day, and then you have to be willing to go pick up shit. And it's like so different, because it might just be furniture, and then the next day it might be concrete, and then the next day you might be doing a hoarder house with like rat shit all over. You have to run your own operations, you have to run your own advertising, you have to take your own phone calls, but then you also have to go get in shit. Number 2, sales. Be good with people. Be good on the fucking phone. Get good at sales. Yeah, so being willing to get dirty, working hard, and sales. And sales you can learn. Like, even if you're an introvert, you can get good. You can get good at sales. And being friendly on the phone. Oh, yeah, I just need to build a rapport and a connection. And then when you get on site, get them to like build a connection or rapport with them, make them laugh. And, like, just general sales, because half of the job is closing them on site. Number 1, guys, greeting. Greeting is number 1. You'd be surprised at the amount of people that go, hello. Answer the phone with a positive attitude. You need to literally act like you care, and you should care. Jedi Junk Removal, how can I help you? This is Andrew. Number 2, rapport and leading. Leading the conversation means you ask the questions. Building rapport means try to just have a conversation. All the basics. Where are you? What's your city or zip code? What's your name? Okay, so you're trying to get rid of a fridge. Where's the fridge? Blah, blah, blah. Have a conversation. Have that 20 to 30 second to 60 second rapport building, and it shows you're leading the conversation. They're investing time into you guys. Do not just lead into the pitch. So after you have that conversation, you can go into your pitch, your little spiel. I now pitch like this. Okay, so Susie, how it works with us is we do have a minimum. Our minimum starts at 125, and it kind of just goes up from there. It's based on volume, and the pricing does get better the more space you fill. So what's best is we just come out there, give you a quote. If you like the price, we'll take it right then and there, Susie. If not, no pressure, no obligation, blah, blah. So that's when you go into the pitch, okay? Now here's number 4. The problem. Here is what happens after the pitch. Some people want a price, Some people want to send a photo, and then also we need to talk about quotes versus estimates. So let's start with the first. You want to at all costs avoid giving an estimate or a quote over the phone. You want to say, Susie, you know, I've done this before and I'm always too high, too low. It's really just best we come out there, we take a look. If you like it, we'll take it right then and there. If not, no biggie, no pressure, no obligation. Second, photos. Avoid them. There's always going to be that case where you're like, okay, I gotta see it. You know, I don't want to go drive an hour out, but you tell them the same thing. I price too high, price too low. Photos don't really help. Let us just come out there, take a look at it. And it's very easy to do this if you're just nice and you just have a conversation with them. Last thing on the problem is quotes versus estimates. Be very careful with the word quotes and estimates over the phone. A lot of customers are gonna ask you for a quote. You rephrase it and say, we don't do estimates over the phone, but when we get out there, we can give you a quote. And if you like the quote, we'll take it right then and there. Now, there's gonna be the time, like I said, you just can't avoid it. Give them a range and make sure to recorrect them and remind them, okay, I don't like doing this, Susie, but you're probably in the ballpark of 200 to 300. That's my estimate. You know, I'm on your side here. We're gonna try to pack it as tight as we can. Let us come out, give you a quote, because my estimate could be wrong. So let's go into number 5, guys, the objections. Here's how I handle objections. Very simply, guys. You're gonna get the spouse objection, you're gonna get price shoppers and all that. If you're salesy and pushy, go ahead and be like 10% if you book it now. We can at least lock you in. If you change your mind, you can call us back later, but it's probably best we get you on the books. I don't push because cancellation rates are just high, but how I end, whether they say the spouse excuse or they're price shopping, and I can tell as I just end so friendly that when I was on phones, I got massive callbacks. I totally understand. Talk to your husband, talk to your wife, or I know you're probably price shopping, but please, you know, we are a local family-owned business. I'd love to earn your business. If there's something, you know, you get a different price and we can maybe negotiate, please think of us. My name's Andrew. Just call back anytime. We're here for you. Number 6, guys, the solutions. Now, the solution is this. You try to just get them on the book using no pressure, no obligation. You can say, Susie, we do not charge to come out. We just want to give you a quote. We come prepared, and if you like it, we'll take it right then and there. No pressure, no obligation. You're really just trying to push Susie onto the books because you will close her in person with your fantastic customer service, your uniformed employees, your charm, and your charisma. And always remind them that you come prepared to take it. Now, I said there were 7 things, and this is just a little tip. Don't give too much information. Don't say, oh, we just had a cancellation. Don't give them internal information they don't need. You can just say, hey, we have a spot that opened up. You want to seem like you got your shit together and that your business is actually running successfully, but you're just a very friendly local person. So just keep the information to yourself, guys. I don't have too many examples, but just remember that, okay? When it comes to online leads, guys, you should know the best place to get leads when you know how to do it and you actually know how to properly market on Google Ads and Google Ads local services. Google Ads can be a lot more sophisticated. Google local services is exactly what it sounds like, and Google kind of manages it and you just pay per call. But Google is king because people are looking for junk removal now, which means they are hot leads. They are ready to buy that day. We then also have Facebook ads. However, Facebook ads is more passive. Those are going to be cold leads that turn into engaged, warm leads, but you still have to nurture them and close them. We're going to talk about, I'm going to call them lead scammers, but they're not really scammers. It's a lot more difficult because they sell your leads to multiple people. That means Yelp, they're hot buyers, but they sell your leads to 5 people, 3 to 5 people, maybe even more depending on if the businesses have upgraded their package on the back end. We also have Angie leads. All I've heard is horror stories. I don't touch Angie leads, but they also bring you leads. And I don't know if they sell their leads to multiple companies. It's worth looking into when you're profitable. Thumbtack, can't forget about Thumbtack. You have to respond fast. They sell your lead to 3 people total. They usually go with the person who's fastest to responding and who's the cheapest. And I don't know much about Angie, but if you do Yelp and Thumbtack, you have to be living and breathing on your phone. Before we get into the actual tactics, these are some services that you should sign up for and experiment because it costs you nothing. And yes, these services probably will kind of rip you off, but long as you make sure your dump fees are appropriate and you load up as much as you can into your truck or trailer or whatever, you should still be able to profit. All right, guys, let's dive into number one. So number one, guys, is gonna be lead generators. This is just to keep you busy until you start getting actual junk removal jobs from repeats, referrals, you start running ads and your business starts growing. I'm gonna mention the 3 most popular that I see a lot of people in the Facebook groups talk about. So we have number 1, GoLoadUp.com. Number 2, CheckSammy.com. Number 3, GetDimension.com. Here is another that you should look into that is not as popular. So these companies take a cut of the sale and you're gonna get paid a little cheaper, but it is what it is in the beginning. JunkGurus.us, CraftJack.com. Another app that I want to mention, which you can also sign up for, is TaskRabbit.com. You can sign up as a handyman, a mover, delivery, removing trash and junk. You can advertise your services and people will hire you. And I believe you can also apply for jobs. So you can get extra work that way so you can keep your truck busy. But we still have 4 more, but it's a little bit different than the junk removal category. But the reason I want to bring these up, guys, is because in the beginning, when your junk removal business is slow, you're willing to make sacrifices. And I did this in the beginning too. I would do delivery. I would get calls, even from my Google ads, like, will you deliver this item to this? And I would do it because my schedule wasn't full. So the 4 websites that you guys want to look into: Roadie.com, number 2, Curry.com, number 3, GoShare.co, and number 4, PickupNow.com. Number 2, guys, is going to be the obvious one everybody talks about, but it is very important, is your Google My Business, your Google Business Profile, I think is what it's called now. Every customer you serve, you need to say thank you so much and have them leave you a review, because your Google Business Profile will start organically ranking over time. And this is something that kind of is gonna lead into number 3, which is SEO. I talk a lot about SEO on my channel, but SEO is important. I don't want you to spend a lot of money because you can do some free SEO yourself and just wait till you start getting profitable. But SEO is technically another way to generate leads, but it's not a way to generate leads now. Your Google My Business Profile will generate you leads faster. So we are now going to talk about number 4, social media. How do you actually leverage social media if you're not paying for ads? Here is my Facebook profile, guys, right here. If you're taking this from a side hustle and you're making this your main hustle, if this is going to be the thing that makes you money, you need to do what you just saw, and that is called personal branding. It means you, whatever your name is, become your business. As you saw, that was my personal Facebook. I am Jedi Junk Removal. You have your main personal you, which becomes the brand. You also have your business page. You're gonna grow your business page, invite everybody over, your 1,000 friends, your 500 friends, and then you're gonna grow that page. You're gonna post reels and content, and you're gonna share your business page content to your personal page. Your personal page, you're also gonna post family photos, activities, hobbies, stories, but intermittently every day or every other day, post you doing a job, a funny video, talking to the camera, a before and after. You start with realtors and you add 50 people a day for 90 days. We're gonna do 180 days. Outreach, number 2. Truly reach out and be like, hey, if you ever need a junk removal company, I'd love to help you. I'll give discounts for realtors. Check my page, message them for your personal profile. You can go post in the Facebook Marketplace, like in the furniture section. Yes, those will get removed. Some will stick for a little bit longer, but you can post in each section, the furniture section, the household goods section, all the Facebook Marketplace sections. You can post an ad, look at other people's ads that are posting junk removal. Just try to make yours better. The next thing, Facebook groups. You wanna join every buy sell, every local, every realtor, every yard sale, every group that you possibly can. So you post something on your personal page about junk removal, some photos and videos. You share that post to the groups. You're gonna get a 50% rejection rate. The point is, if you do it to 50 to 100 groups, you'll get some exposure. Number 5, guys, is good old Craigslist. You wanna go post in the services section, labor move, and this is a great way because it only costs $5. You get a couple leads a month. Last but not least, guys, Nextdoor. It's a social networking site for neighborhoods, okay? You can join all the neighborhoods and you can make a business page. When you start getting your first customer, ask them to leave you a review and a heart on your Nextdoor business page. Now, let's jump to the offline methods. Number 1, the most effective method to getting phone calls within a few days is gonna be yard signs. I think you can get 100 yard signs for just shy of $300. This is the most guaranteed $300 you can spend. Also, door hangers, door knocking. Don't sell them anything. Have some charm, have some charisma. Let them know you just did some junk removal for somebody else, even if you gotta lie. and you're running a special, that door hanger that you're about to give them will have 10% off. Do some in-person sales and build that rapport with people in the neighborhoods. All right, so number 4, networking. This one's obvious. Anywhere and everywhere you go, you're going to network. Find networking events, real estate networking events, BNI, sign up for Chamber of Commerce, be a people person, talk, have business cards, have charisma, have charm. Always introduce yourself, always offer your services wherever you're at. Just network, okay? In-person sales is number 5. Here's the thing, you don't want to do this until you actually look the part. Hat, this, make sure you have general liability. Most companies will be okay with just general liability. The strict ones want like workers' comp, umbrella, commercial auto. I promise you, if you do all those methods and you put in the 8 hours minimum of work a day, and the only thing you paid for was yard signs, door hangers, business cards, the obvious things, I can guarantee you within a year, without having to do paid advertising, you can get to $10,000, $20,000 a month.
There are hard rules when you get into Google Ads, and it is tough. You need a little bit of money. You can start slow and experiment, yes, but if you really want to do this, you got to spend at least, in LA, I'd say at least $100 at minimum. You're going to set your radius of how far you're willing to go. You're going to have to set a daily budget. The hardest part is letting it run through. And what Google is doing is learning and trying to meet all your parameters or variables, especially if you have target CPA, cost per acquisition, and you're tracking conversions, which is why it's so important you track conversions so you can actually see which keywords are working. This is the whole thing with Google Ads. Everybody that's anti-Google Ads is because they're not constantly tweaking them every day. It's just making sure you show up for the right keywords that convert the highest. And I do my ads from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I don't run them any earlier. I don't run them any later, because I want to be able to answer the phone when they call. Google takes about, I want to say, a month of running them, maybe even 2 months, started to get like solid. So every time I launch a new location, it's not perfect. I'm not getting phone calls left and right. I'm not blowing up. My books aren't stacked. People make one ad that says, junk removal same day delivery, call us now for a free, and they run that one ad. No, you're gonna have 20, and you're gonna rotate all 20 and see which copy and text does better. You can do an ad that clicks and goes to your landing page. You can do an ad that clicks and calls only. Do not do call only ads because they just didn't convert as much. More people, I feel like, wanted to see the landing page before making that step to call. You see that call only ad? So I'm gonna click that. Now that just cost them money, even though I may hit cancel. That is the downside of a call only ad. You want to do an ad that goes to a landing page, not your website, not your front page. It needs to be tailored to the keyword they are searching for. Here is mine. Look, it's very simple. Family photo, email form, call now button. You get the phone numbers right at the top, just some info, the family photo again. Nothing like my website. The landing page needs to just be straight to the point. Call, send out an email. Here's what we do. Here's what we take.
I hope this helps a lot. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, guys, click the link down below. Check out my course if you want more information. We dive deep into all of this. There's 20 hours of content. And I leave you with this. Success is often covered in dirt, but so is gold at one point. Toodles! Let's tell you my story real quick. I've always been a software engineer my entire life. I started programming when I was 10 years old. But I started with HTML on AOL 3.0, and they would teach you basic HTML tags. So I was learning this shit at 10 or 11 years old. Then I just slowly progressed and started building more websites, learning PHP, learning databases like MySQL and all that stuff. The last app that I was working on was a travel app. I raised $150,000 from investors, and that was actually right before COVID hit. It was a travel app meant to travel with friends across the world, the globe, and they didn't even want you to hang out with your family. I kept telling the investors, it's gotta go away someday. I have the app semi-ready to go. You know, we wanted to start doing beta testing, but nobody wanted to fly, let alone pay for this new experimental travel app that I was trying to show to the world. Me and my lady had our second kid, newborn, and we're burning down to our last few $1,000s. And it's getting to a point where I'm like, we need money now. So one of my friends I was talking to, and he's like, dude, I used to do junk removal. I looked into it, I Googled it, I found Sonoma Strong, $1,000 a day, Steve Conroy, $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, and I was like, $1,000 a day. Started with Thumbtack, started with Craigslist, got to Google Ads probably by month 1 or like the end of month 1, month 2, I think. Went from 200 a day to 500 a day to 1,000 a day. From there, it's just been incredible. This is a great industry. If you're stuck and you need to figure out how to make some extra money, you can grow this into a very profitable business. You can do very well for yourself. I'm doing very well for myself. It takes a lot of work outside of the labor part, the marketing part, the hiring part. Everything is hard. It has potential. It is a very easy-ish, predictable path to make money. The service industry is so much easier to get into because it requires just your time, and everybody's gonna need this service, okay? You trade your time for money. It doesn't matter if it's landscaping, moving, junk removal. There are so many home services that you can get into that don't require a skill. People need this home service. So getting into the services business is a very safe, predictable, slow growth path, but very doable. That is the beautiful thing about junk removal. So guys, if you want to check out the course and you want your A to Z on how to build a junk removal business, check it out in the link below.